Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Star Wars The Clone Wars released a trailer for its return for a final 7th season on Disney+. And if you haven't seen the other seasons of these animated series, how dare you? You cannot be a Star Wars fan without having consumed every movie, every episode, book, and comic, canon, and legends, radio drama, Galaxy's Edge, holiday special, built every Lego set, gotten a Vader selfie at Disneyland, Anthony Daniels liking your tweet, and being Dave Filoni himself. But since I'm so excited for this series to be returning after its abrupt end in 2014, I'm going to break down this trailer frame by frame, point out all the details you might have missed, to explain for all tiers of Star Wars fans what this storyline will be, how it will connect to the Star Wars canonical timeline throughout the prequels, Rebels, other films, and The Mandalorian. Spoiler warning in case I predict anything too accurately and that ruins your life. Let's get started.
Soon, the galaxy will be remade. The Jedi and the Republic will die.
Okay, the trailer opens with the voice of Maul, who returned in Season 4 of The Clone Wars. He started the criminal Shadow Collective, took over Mandalore briefly, but was defeated and taken by Sidious when we last saw him. Maul's story was continued in the Son of Dathomir comic. Sidious tortured him to draw out Maul's mother, Talzin, who died at the hand of Grievous to help Maul escape. And after that, Maul regrouped with the Shadow Collective and his Death Watch loyalists to retake Mandalore, which is where this season will pick up, depicting the Siege of Mandalore. Now, there have actually been a few sieges of Mandalore that have been mentioned. This one will be the Republic Siege of Mandalore, led by anti-Maul Death Watch leader Bo-Katan and Jedi Ahsoka Tano, recently departed from the Jedi Order. Her role in the siege was actually partially covered in her novel by E.K. Johnston. In The Mandalorian, the character Moff Gideon also referred to a siege of Mandalore.
Mandalorian hunter Din Djarin has heard the songs of the siege of Mandalore, when gunships outfitted with similar ordnance laid waste to fields of Mandalorian recruits in the night of 1,000 tears.
But this siege is a later siege by the post-Republic Empire, a siege we have not seen depicted yet. In that one, the Imperial forces, including Moff Gideon, invade Mandalore after Bo-Katan has united Mandalorian clans against the Empire, which is where Rebels left off. Presumably, that siege is how Gideon got his hands on the Darksaber. So to be clear, Clone Wars Season 7 will show us the Republic pre-Empire siege, which will coincide with Palpatine's Order 66. Yup, we're gonna see how that Jedi massacre affected Ahsoka and how she escaped it. More on that later. Maul's words here seem to confirm that he knew about Sidious's upcoming treachery, which he did hint at after his return in Season 4.
I have missed so much. The Force feels out of balance.
Yes, there is conflict. The Clone Wars.
Oh, yes. So it began without me.
So before Maul got severed in Phantom Menace, he must have known about Cid's upcoming plot to tip the galaxy into war, so probably he also knew what the end goal of that war was. There's a shot of a Republic Venator closing in on Mandalore, its trapezoidal hull wedging down into frame, just like Vader's Devastator in the opening shot of A New Hope, which hints at the Republic's pending transition into the Imperial Navy. Bo-Katan looks out over Mandalore, which is covered in smoke and ash as if after a battle. So I'm thinking this could be after the siege and after Order 66, when the new Empire briefly actually left her in charge of Mandalore before that all got changed. Obi-Wan and Mace Windu join the 212th Clone Battalion and Commander Cody against some battle droids. Some of them appear to be collapsing due to these weird electrical charges. Mace is like, what the f***? This setting looks kind of like the fortress world of Anaxis from the unfinished episodes of Clone Wars. Maybe these droids are being shut down remotely? Like, we do know after Mace died, sometime after this, Sidious gave the order to have the Separatists shut down all their droids.
All droid units must shut down immediately.
But maybe that shutdown has already begun, like in phases, and that could be how Mace and the others detected that this war is phony. Either way, I think the season will show us mostly events leading up to Revenge of the Sith, but maybe also some events concurrent with the film, and then maybe some others that take place after the film. And with a shot of Rex among his 501st Clone Trooper Battalion, we move on.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. Great care we must take.
Why would anyone walk away from being a Jedi? We were trained to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
Okay, in this section, we visit Obadiah. Now, this is the headquarters of the Pike Syndicate, the spice smuggling enterprise that has been linked with Maul. But remember, they were also the ones who took the orders from Count Dooku to shoot down the Jedi Sifo-Dyas. That was the Jedi who worked with Kamino to build the clones with that control chip that made Order 66 possible. So perhaps Ahsoka is investigating this whole cover-up. And then we get this Jedi Holo conference where Mace says,
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi.
which is a direct quote from his line in Revenge of the Sith.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi.
Which, it took you long enough. Now, this meeting includes Yoda, Plo Koon, Ayla Secura, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and hey, that looks like Deba Billaba there, which would make this kid her Padawan, Caleb Doom, who will one day grow up to be Kanan Jarrus, the hero of Rebels. So it looks like this final season will likely include a lot of these bridges between the two series like this. Next, Maul tortures a clone. This is Jesse. Perhaps Maul is scanning Jesse's mind and discovering the brain chip, and that's how he discovers the details of Order 66. Or maybe Order 66 included orders to take out Maul as well, with Sidious trying to close out all his loose ends. So maybe now Maul is trying to destroy that chip using the Force. Ahsoka Tano rides a speeder bike on Coruscant, following her own path after her leaving the Jedi. So Ahsoka was framed for a bombing at the Jedi Temple, and even after cleared of the charges, her faith in the Jedi was so shattered that she told him to shove it. We also see this new character. Now this woman and her sister are the twins Trace Martez and Rafa Martez, whom Ahsoka befriends on Coruscant after leaving the Jedi. Ahsoka shakes Bo-Katan's hand, probably Bo-Katan recruiting Ahsoka to join her in the effort to retake Mandalore from Maul. Behind Ahsoka, that looks like a Mandalorian mural artwork, but that's a Coruscant guard beside it. So maybe this is on Coruscant. Ahsoka met Bo-Katan in like the Mandalorian embassy offices. And Ahsoka says the line,
We were trained to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
which is a line Mace Windu said in Attack of the Clones.
We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
Yet, you all armor up as generals during the Clone Wars. So, like, pick a lane. But before we continue, if I happen to look lighter and more animated in my delivery, it might be because I'm no longer being weighed down by a clunky, awkward wallet, thanks to our good friends at The Ridge, who sponsored this episode. So The Ridge makes everyday goods at a standard that you don't see every day. They streamline your life by turning the things you carry, like backpacks, chargers, wallets, into tools for a better living. Their flagship product, the Ridge Wallet, was launched on Kickstarter in 2013, now sits in the front pockets of over 500,000 men and women. My wallet was terrible. It was overstuffed. It had just too many of those folded up ticker tape style receipts that pour out of those pharmacy printers like arcade tickets. Well, that's not my life anymore. This is their aluminum wallet in the raw color. They have other colors, including some very flashy tiki designs. This one it's just light, it's strong, it has a cool industrial chic vibe. The Ridge is a minimal front pocket wallet that's designed to streamline what you carry every day. It has 30,000 5-star reviews and is a better way to carry your cash and cards. There's a lifetime warranty if you love it and free returns if you don't. It comes in titanium, carbon fiber, aluminum, and over a dozen different styles and colors. They also have great backpacks and travel bags with RFID blocking pockets and optional device charging batteries. Get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/newrockstars. That's ridge.com/newrockstars and use the code newrockstars and find the link in the video's description. And let us move on with the rest of the trailer.
We clones have mixed feelings about the war. Without it, we wouldn't exist.
Okay, some good clone action in this section. There's a shot of Cody, Rex, Jesse, and then, a shot of some fellas from Clone Force 99. The reject clones with different appearances, but also unique skill sets. They were from the unfinished Bad Batch arc. So it looks like Season 7 will pick up that storyline. This kind of looks like the rescue mission to find Echo from the Separatist base. Front and center there is the Commander, Hunter. Notice the skull emblem on his armor. He fires an E5 blaster that battle droids used. And the big boy behind him, that's Wrecker. I'm so excited to see these guys in the season. Now next, there's this battle on the bridge. Guys, this is Maigito, the banking clan stronghold. The same bridge where Ki-Adi-Mundi will get gunned down by the 21st Nova Corps in Order 66. This is also the planet they were headed to in the beginning of Jedi Fallen Order. And before I move on, there's this shot that I think is Dathomir, because I think these winged creatures are the mythic supernatural spirits, the beliefs of the Night Sisters. This all sounds like nonsense to you. Hey, you have a whole month to catch up on Disney Plus. Get cracking. Moving on.
All part of the plan. The plan. Everything is about to change.
Okay, as Maul continues his voiceover and John Williams' Force theme plays over Ahsoka holding her head in shock. Now, I'm assuming that this is after her escape from Order 66. We know from Rebels that Rex was able to remove his brain chip before Order 66 went out, and he helped save Ahsoka. So maybe now she's feeling that survivor's guilt over all of her former friends in the Order getting wiped out, and one of her former friends doing the wiping out. And speaking of the devil, let's talk about Annie. His hair is longer, more consistent with Hayden Christensen's hair in Revenge of the Sith, and boy is he angry. He encounters Admiral Trench, that brilliant separatist tactician from season 2, technically the earliest episode chronologically. Somehow Trench survived that battle, but Anakin is back to finish the job. We see Rex leading his offshoot of the 501st Battalion, the 332nd Company. They have all painted their helmets to match Ahsoka's face as a sign of loyalty to her after her departure from the Jedi. This was revealed in concept art by Filoni that was going to be part of the show before it was canceled in 2014. It's a sweet gesture, but it's also kind of a weird way to show support. Like, look, Ahsoka, we painted your face on our faces. And we could read her reaction as like gratitude, but also kind of like, cool. Moving on. Okay, this section shows us the Republic's siege of Mandalore. Maul's Death Watch loyalists are the ones in red and black armor, the ones with horns. They're fighting against clone troopers, maybe some other side of the Death Watch members led by Bo-Katan. And super interesting shot here of Padme. Now, this ain't right, because Padme is visibly pregnant here, and chronologically, Padme doesn't discover and report to Anakin her pregnancy until the opening minutes of Revenge of the Sith. So this must be after that. But notice what Padme is wearing here. This is the same outfit she wore at the end of Revenge of the Sith when she confronted Anakin on Mustafar, and she got force choked, and then she died. So I'm thinking this is another example of a scene that could be set during the events of Revenge of the Sith, maybe when Anakin was alone on Mustafar, but before Padme met him there. Maybe they could be inserting this final loving moment between the two because, let's be honest, Anakin and Padme in the movie, it was just a bit, well, hard to swallow. Liar! Moving on.
Every choice made has led to this.
Okay, to me, this footage looks like it could be the Battle of Coruscant that opened Revenge of the Sith. Like, notice that fighter does a barrel roll, just like Anakin did in that awesome sequence. We might see the prelude to that battle when Grievous kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine from Coruscant, which would also be around the time of Anakin and Ahsoka's final moments, which we know was right before that battle. More shots of the Martez twins. One of them has an exoskeletal mech suit that we saw her use in the celebration panel footage. And then Angry Annie slashes through Admiral Trench's super tactical droid. You can see Trench's emblem on the droid's shoulder there. Ahsoka comforts a fallen clone trooper. Now, this is the same clone trooper who appears to be dead on the floor of the Mandalorian throne room, the wide shot with Maul. So I assume Maul killed this guy, and now they're gonna duel it out. Ahsoka lights up 2 blue sabers, and Maul is back in dual wield, guys. Previously on Clone Wars, he just had half his dual wield, since, Obi-Wan split it in Phantom Menace. Later on in the timeline in Rebels, Maul has a makeshift dual wield that he customized from an Inquisitor saber, but this is closer to his original dual wield, but notice how only the right half has his original emitter tip. The left side is new. Some are saying he could have built the left half from the saber of his brother, Savage Opress. Kind of a nice way to honor his bro's memory. Definitely better than like painting his face on your face, but the left half doesn't really look like what we knew Savage's handle looked like. But behind Maul, notice the throne of Mandalore has been outlined in red, reflecting, like the Maul Death Watch, this Dathomirian's visage. And I just love seeing this bow staff choreography. Sam Witwer returns to voice Maul as he has in past Clone Wars episodes and in Solo, but they have also brought back Ray Park to do motion capture for this lightsaber combat. So we're really gonna get the best of Maul here. On to the final clip. Okay, more battle shots here. Maul faces off against the Ahsoka-helmeted 322nd Company clone troopers, and it looks like they're on a Venator there. Now, historically, we know the duel between Ahsoka and Maul must end in a kind of standoff. They both survive. They both have futures past this. Ahsoka later appears in Rebels. Maul also shows up in Rebels in a rematch against Ahsoka in the Season 2 finale, Twilight of the Apprentice. Awesome episode. And later in a rematch with Obi-Wan on Tatooine that ends in Maul's death. Also an awesome moment. But between Clone Wars and Rebels, Maul also shows up in Solo when he's leading the Crimson Dawn. So yeah, future. So I'm predicting their fight will go all the way to a dramatic climax and then get interrupted when the clones suddenly turn on them with Order 66, which forces both of them to flee Mandalore. And this conflict that we're seeing on the Venator might be part of Maul's escape. Along with, last shot, Ahsoka waving her hand to shut the doors on her, and look at the bottom of the frame there, that's Rex recovering on the floor. I'm assuming this shortly after he surgically removed his brain chip, and he's post-op down there after helping Ahsoka escape her former clone trooper friends who were going crazy under Order 66. And now Ahsoka is protecting Rex and herself from the other clone troopers that are trying to kill him. What are you most looking forward to in this final season of the Clone Wars? Comment down below with your thoughts. Follow me at Erik Voss, follow New Rockstars on social media, and subscribe to New Rockstars here on YouTube. And hey, be sure to hit that notifications button so you get all of our Star Wars related videos. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.